When I was growing up in Enumclaw, I was homeschooled. Yes, I was one of those homeschooled kids, which, believe it or not, there weren't a lot of us back then. My mom really was on the forefront of this whole idea that, you know, some public school teachers don't know everything, and in some regards it might be safer to, you know, teach your own kids. So anyway, whether or not you agree with that, it's beside the point, but I had a wonderful experience being homeschooled. It was cool because, for one thing, my schedule was very flexible. It was rather difficult at times too, just learning out of a book and things like that, but it was great. It was really a lot of fun. And many people immediately ask me, well, didn't you have any friends? You know, over and over again. If you're homeschooled, you know that people ask you that all the time. Yes, I had many friends. My best friend, of whom his name is Stephen Howard. And what was so cool about having this flexible homeschool schedule was that when I was finished with my schoolwork, if I could just crank through it really fast, then that means that we could go out and hang out. Or in those days, when you're a kid, it's called going out to play. You know, hey Steven, you want to go play? Which is funny because even up until we were like 17 or 18 years old, sometimes I'd call him and be like, hey, do you want to play? All right, so some of the things that we did was mountain biking. Oh, loved mountain biking. I even raced a few times as well. I wish there were some fun stories about that. But, you know, Stephen and I, we wanted to go out and discover some trails of our own. And in some places, there weren't a lot of trails for our lovely mountain bikes. So what we did is we built our own trails. We went down to Flaming Geyser Park by the Green River, and there were a few trails to kind of putter around on, but not some really cool ones. And so in our explorations of that area, we actually built quite a few trails out in the woods and built some ramps, and it was so awesome. Well, one of the trails we weren't supposed to be on. Now, something you should know about me is that if I'm doing something even mildly illegal, I will get caught. It's just the nature of my nature. I don't understand it, but I just get caught no matter what I do. I don't get it. And this was one of those instances. Well, there was a trail that extended beyond the trail closed sign because some of the trail was kind of overgrown, and we thought to ourselves, well, the poor people don't have enough manpower to maintain and fix up this trail, so we're gonna help them. And so I convinced my mom to drive some tools down for us, rakes, shovels, hose, all sorts of wonderful giant tools. We hid them in the bushes, and my mom just thought we were, you know, helping maintain the trail. We didn't quite say that we were trying to open up a closed-off trail. Well, we started hiking up this trail with all our tools and everything, and it was pretty well maintained. Like, wow, there was some litter here and there, but for the most part, they could have opened up this trail. It was, at least according to our little 12-year-old opinions, they could have done this. And so we started raking leaves off the trail and pushing a few small logs off the trail. Doing great work. Fantastic. However, we looked down the trail, and it kind of zigzagged up so you could look down. We looked down and saw a man walking up the trail. He was the ranger of the whole park. He was not supposed to be on that section of the trail. He should have read the sign that said trail closed. Well, we didn't really know what to do, so we hid the tools behind some bushes. and I remember that we actually had an axe, which probably looked pretty sketchy, you know, as if like, how many trees are you chopping down? Which we weren't, but it looked, yeah, a bad tool to have when you're getting caught by a ranger in a state park. Woo. Well, we hid the tools, and we were like, okay, do we hide? Do we hide? And I remember for a moment we did actually hide, and then I just got really guilty, and I was like, no, we can't do this. And so we kind of hopped out and started walking down the trail to meet this fellow. And boy, I was terrified, absolutely terrified. What are you guys doing? Oh, we're just trying to open up some trails here for you, you know, just trail maintenance. You guys aren't supposed to be up here. Oh, okay, yeah, sorry about that. We'll get our stuff and go. How much stuff do you have? Why did he have to ask that? Well, we kind of stashed it back there, and so out we drug all of these tools. I'm sure, you know, I was terrified at that point, but I'm sure this ranger was just thinking, wow, these little guys have quite an operation going here. And now one of the things that I sort of as a peace offering to this guy, I wanted to show that we cared for the environment. So on our way down, I saw some trash right there, some litter, and I reached down and I picked it up and I put it in my pocket, you know, being a proud little Boy Scout. And I doubt he even noticed, but you know, I felt good about doing that. So we got back and we somehow got the tools back to my house, and oh, I just felt so bad. Well, later that evening, my mother was washing my pants, my Carhartt pants, and they're all muddy and filthy and everything, because that's what boys do. And oh, my dear mother, well, she reached into my pocket and pulled out a little piece of garbage. She said, "Beau, what's this condom wrapper doing in your pocket?" And I said, we were up on a trail, and I got that when we met this guy, and it probably sounded so bad, but I ended up having to explain the whole thing to her, and she's like, okay, all right. So I probably didn't even know what a condom was, let alone a condom wrapper, but there it was in my pocket. Oh, wow. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is why you do not try to build trails in state parks, because you will lose the trust of your mother.